Jeffrey is alongside. Great to have you with us. And I know we were just talking a few short hours ago in Michigan. This game has been pushed back a little bit because of travel issues, which we'll get into later on. Bottom line, though, yesterday, Kentucky held their own for a while, and then we got to halftime.
Very, very interesting ball game in the first half. Actually, Kentucky was leading the ball game at halftime, 36-33, but all of a sudden just went stone cold and did not score a point in the second half. And you see Michigan just poured it on with Malik Henry and their quarterback and the rest of the Michigan Arsenal team.
Meanwhile, today, Javonte Johnson is going to be the quarterback for the Minnesota Monsters. He'll be opposing Ave Magale, the quarterback for Washington. There's Johnson, who last week in the comeback win with Beaumont had himself a good ball game, 5 touchdowns, but
he has 43 touchdowns on the year, but he has 19 interceptions, and that is something you do not want to lead the league in as a quarterback. But I can tell you this here on the flip side of that, Johnson is an excellent quarterback, moves very well inside the pocket as well as outside the pocket, and he's going to will his team to win like he has done all season.
But if there's somebody who can shut him down, it's the man who leads the AF1 in interceptions, and that's Byron Edwards of the Washington Wolfpack.
And he leads the league, as you can see on the bottom of your screen, with 9 interceptions. He is what I call a ball hawk. He has a nose for the ball. He has great cover skill. He plays with great technique. And I tell you, he could very well be a candidate for Defensive Player of the Year. And you can see he picks one off right there. And I tell you, he's going to be all over the place tonight. He's going to be somebody we need to watch and keep our eye on.
So, wearing the blue and gold, the home team.
Stay on your feet. Stay loud. We're about to kick off our AF1 postseason. And your Minnesota Monsters.
Welcome again to Duluth, Minnesota, as Michael Hall gets set to tee it up and get us going. Quarterfinal round playoffs in the AF1. And here we go. Glad you're tuned in today. The bounce. And not able to get out of the end zone. So a great job on the cover by the Minnesota Monsters.
The ball hit off the rebound structure, and became dead in the end zone. By rule, we have a 1 point for Minnesota. First and 10 at the 5-yard
So 1 point for the Monsters.
The ball hit off the rebound structure and became dead in the end zone. By rule, we have a 1 point for Minnesota. First and 10 at the 5-yard line, Washington.
That's one of the unique rules to the AF1.
right. If it hits off that rebound net and the
And you
return man can't get it out of the end zone,
Yep.
1 point is awarded to the cover team, the kickoff team. So
So the score is now 1-0 in favor of Minnesota. And nothing has yet happened. Akil Greer, the man in motion. Here's the throw to the near side. Incomplete. The cover man was Jardarius Bird. Obviously, you are having about as much success seeing the numbers for the Wolfpack as are we. And we're, what are we, in the front of the second level of seats here at the Amsoil Arena. Minnesota leads 1-0. Just getting going. Greer again in motion. Here's the stop. Pressure as he unloads the football, but had to get rid of it in a giant hurry. Akil Greer was the intended receiver.
and Eli, he got a lot of pressure on that, and he released the ball just in time. As you can see, Shahill kind of gets there first, which is a great pass rusher for the Minnesota Monsters. He's had an excellent season. He has 9 sacks on the season, so you're going to have to keep an eye on him, and he's going to have to be blocked, as he'll be a nightmare for the quarterback for the Wolfpack.
Ave Magale, the quarterback, with Odom and Lambana lined up wide. Lambana in motion. Here's the throw to the near side. Nobody there. Let's establish something here right off the bat. Some of the folks, especially for those of you watching out in the Seattle area and so on, some of the people you're used to seeing are not here for the Washington Wolfpack because there has been travel issues. And a number of the players did make it here to Duluth. A number of the players, however, had to go on planes today to Minneapolis. We'll tell you more in a second. Here comes 4th down and 10. Looking, and now Magale's pass is deflected and it falls incomplete, and that is going to turn the ball over to the Minnesota Monsters. So anyway, as we were saying, and the reason you're seeing here Magale missing some of his regular people, we have seen players have to be rerouted. Instead of flying into Duluth, which is where we are, they were flown into Minneapolis.
That's right.
They took a chartered bus and have driven, they're in the process of driving the 2 hours and 15 minutes, 154 miles from the Minneapolis airport to the Amsoil Arena here in Duluth. So they are missing 6 players, of which most are regulars for the Washington Wolfpack. Jarvey Flowers will be the man in motion. There's the inside give. Gunnar Hurlbert. He'll get down to the 1-yard line. Hurlbert. That'll be his 5th rush of the year for 20 yards in total. Hurlbert from Durand, Michigan. So again, those guys are on the way. It was not the team's fault. There was a problem with weather. Those of you who are out there in the Pacific Northwest, you know it's been very, very wet of late. And they just couldn't get everybody here yesterday when the majority of the team made it. The rest are coming in right now. Jarvey Flowers in motion, gets the pass, and gets down to the goal line and is in for a touchdown. He is in for the touchdown. Javonte Johnson found Jarvey Flowers, adding to the Minnesota lead.
I don't know if that would be a passing touchdown or a rushing touchdown for Johnson, but however, it is a touchdown. Flowers does a great job. He gets actually hit there, right there at the goal line, but he's able to get across the line. And the only thing he needs to do is the ball just needs to break the plane, and it is a touchdown. Interesting play that was called there. Just sent him in motion, throw it to the motion man coming down here, which was Flowers coming down here. He was able to get into the end zone.
Now Michael Hall's kick, no good. It hits off the upright on the left side. So we remain at 7-0.
All right, Amsoil Arena, keep the energy up. Right now, bring your energy for the Minnesota Monsters team. They got t-shirts, but you gotta earn it. I hear you. They also got mini footballs. Here's the deal. These mini footballs, when they find your way into your hands, you can win a prize later this evening. Once again, make noise. Get yourself a mini football, but you gotta earn it. Get loud, Amsoil Arena.
Michael Hall will kick it off to Otis Odom. He mishandles it, recovered by Minnesota for a touchdown. Jarvey Flowers. Jarvey Flowers, as special teams, has staked the home team to a nice lead here early in Duluth. How about that?
And special teams are starting to show up within the first minute of the ball game.
There's the mishandle, and it's loose for Flowers. And it's a live ball off that rebound net for a touchdown.
So both kickoff that hit the rebound net resulted in plays. You have to be able to feel the ball off the net. You got to anticipate where it's going to hit to position yourself in terms of how far it would bounce off that net to be able to get right up under the ball to kind of feel it.
Here's Hall. No good. So he has missed another. That's his second missed extra point. Hall was 14 of 20 in extra points coming in, but now he is 14 of 22. But off the net, that's the lead. And a 13-0 advantage honed by the Minnesota Monsters. Boy, Magale, excuse me, Flowers' eyes must have been as big as saucers there.
Run down on kickoff, you get a ball bounce in the air to hit right in your arm. And him being a receiver, he definitely knows how to field the ball.
We were saying about the Minnesota players, the Washington players who didn't make it here in time. Tyler Stevens, Tywan Buckley, Donye Dixon, Andre Hendricks, their big fullback, their backup quarterback, Andrew McBride, as this time the ball comes out of the end zone, along with Andrew Boyle, the kicker for Washington. So those are the players who are, even as we speak, on the bus. That's referee Tyler Downs. He's in charge of this game. Ryan Townsend, the umpire. Kevin Hillman, the center judge. Brett Huffendick is the head line judge. Rolf Thiebiger is the line judge. And Luke Carness is the back judge.
This is a very, very important series for the Washington Wolfpack. You know that their kicker is one of those ones on the bus headed there. They did not kick the ball on the 5-yard line the last series. Let's see what happened this series if they get in a situation where they have to go for it on 4th down.
There's Jake Oliphant, and he shoves a defender there as they go face mask to face mask. Antonio Simley on the scene there. Oliphant, the lineman from the University of South Dakota. There's a good one, Brandon Lambana, number 17. He's a good ball player, very coachable. The coaches love him here in Minnesota. 2nd down and 10. Lambana. And he gets rung up at about the 7-yard line. He'll pick up 4 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 7 upcoming. They are 0 of 1 in 3rd down conversions. 0 of 1 in 3rd down conversions today. In the gray, that's Washington. Otis Odom will be the man in motion. Quick throw near side. Catch is made by Lambana. He gets spun around by Jadarius Byrd and put down short of the yard line to gain. So it'll be 4th down. Watch it here.
That's just great defensive play. Come up and make the tackle.
Yep.
A quick pass there. Now we have 4th down again, but now they don't have their kicker.
Exactly. So they're not going to try a long field goal, that's for sure. They'll have to try and run the ball. And they don't even have their normal fullback, Andre Hendricks. He's on the way here from Minneapolis. Akil Greer goes in motion, and somebody jumps. And we have a whistle to stop play there. Let's see who jumped. Referee
Offside.
Tyler Downs.
Defense number 95. 5-yard penalty results 1st down.
Shakai Holiness. Top of your screen. There he comes. Kind of upset and gets grabbed by Dane Montgomery as soon as he encroached. So it'll be a 1st and 10 now. Football at the 17-yard line. That was their first down of the ball game for the Wolfpack. Odom to the far side on the end around. Gets stacked up after a pickup of 3 on the play. There's Otis Odom.
Not a very big guy, but he's a
No.
very speedy guy.
He is.
Soaking wet, about 160 pounds.
That's what they're saying. 5'5", 160. I've eaten sandwiches bigger than he is.
But one thing he can do, he can scoop.
Yep.
What about that with you, Eli? Can you scoop?
When I'm being chased by a rabid dog, probably, but I don't know beyond that. Here now is the second down play. Lumbana.
Prior to the play clock expiring, timeout Washington, their first 30 seconds.
So J.R. Wells saw the play clock winding down, and he calls their first timeout. Don't forget, folks, next week we will be with you from both Albany, New York, and Clarksville, Tennessee. We will have both of the semifinal games for you right here on both the AF1 website channels and Vice TV. So wherever you're watching, we hope you can make your plans to join us. I'm Eli Gold with Bobby Humphrey. Ave Magale, the quarterback for Washington. He's missed a bit of action this year with injuries, but he's hugely talented. Out of East Texas A&M, Lumbana in motion, the throw the other way, and the grab is made. It'll be short of the yard line to gain, but just across midfield. So they'll reset the play right there, and Magale gets the call from J.R. Wells. Talk about a character.
Yes.
There's a classic right there.
I can't imagine what is going on right now in his head with players that he's expecting to be a
6
factor
guys
in the game. And
still traveling in from Minneapolis. Exactly. Here now, Greer in motion. Inside give, Oliphant. And that did make the first yard line to gain. I didn't think on first look that it did, but it did make the yard line to gain.
you know, the referee on the side judge came in and gave him forward progress, and his forward progress got him just across the yardstick right there. So
Guy Hill, number 1 in blue, almost broke up that play before it started. So Magale walks him to the line of scrimmage. Otis Odom will be going in motion. Here's the throw. Lumbana on the near side. He and Jadarius Byrd tangle, and a pickup of a handful of yards. Again, you see Washington is number 6 seed, Minnesota the number 3 seed. They will advance next week. One of these teams will to the semifinals. Now Greer in motion. Straight drop Magale. Leans back, throws into the corner, and overthrows everybody. He was looking for Akil Greer. Greer, of course, has had himself a good season, and he stretches the field so well.
very good season. He's 54 receptions, 575 yards with 11 touchdowns. He is one of their primary targets, along with
Lumbana and Williams. Yep, exactly. Now 3rd down and 9. Straight drop, out route, caught at the yard line to gain. Otis Odom. Otis, my man, coming up with a nice reception. He had Delvin Randall all over him. Delvin covered him well. But when it's a good throw and a good catch, nothing you can do.
And Devin Randall is right behind.
Yeah.
We talked about highlighting Byron Edwards, but Randall was like 7. He had 7 interceptions on the season, along as the second leading tackler on the team with 56. So he's had a very, very good year.
But 4th down and inches is what they're going to call here. You see Minnesota on top, 13-0. They are in the dark blue. Here's the inside give, Oliphant, and he does get the first down. Jake Oliphant. He's played in the Indoor Football League with Arizona's Rattlers. He's played with the Green Bay Blizzard. He's played with the Beaumont Renegades when they were in the National Arena League. Collegiately, out of South Dakota, Jake Oliphant. And now they're going to challenge.
Is the runner made the line to gain? Minnesota coach is challenging that the runner did not make the line to gain. Timeout.
So we are going to go to break while they do the challenge, and we'll come back with the answer for you. It was close. Back after Tyler Downs, the referee, checks the video.
After review, the ruling on the field is upheld. The runner made the line to gain. Minnesota will be charged with a timeout and their first challenge. 1st and 10, Washington.
So that call. And Oliphant picks up the first down. Now from the 13-yard line. Washington with the ball. They'll throw to the near side. Otis Odom with the catch. And the little guy fights to the near side, getting past Kelvin Randall and Darius Bird to pick up the yards. Ave Magale, the quarterback for Washington. And again, if you're just joining us, I don't want to belabor the point, but a lot of you who are Wolfpack fans wondering why you're not hearing the names of Tyler Stevens and Tywan Buckley and Danye Dixon and Andre Hendricks. The backup quarterback, Andrew McBride, and the kicker, Andrew Boyle.
They're second, 30 seconds.
The reason is that they had to get a flight into Minneapolis because of all the bad weather on the Pacific Northwest. While a lot of the guys came here yesterday and got in last night, some seats were not available because of the bad weather. And boy, look at old Otis right there, acting as the water boy for his teammates. That's a team player. But again, some of these guys just weren't able to get on the primary flight here into Duluth, and they have had to take a flight today connecting into Minneapolis, which is, what did I say, an hour and
55 miles.
Yeah, 2 hours and 15 minutes, 154 miles.
Yeah.
I had it written down. Don't know my Minnesota geography as well. And anyway, they're on the way. They have uniforms. They're changing on the bus. When they get here, they'll be inserted in the lineup. But in the meanwhile, they're playing without 6 regulars. And there's motion on the right side of the Wolfpack line.
False start. Offense, number 71. 5-yard penalty, second down.
Tariq Stewart, who is back from the Canadian Football League. The penalty right there for the false start.
But I have to admit, Magalay is doing a very, very good job of kind of feeding receivers. He went 0 for 4 to start out the game on his first possession, but he's settled down here and he's done a good job of kind of taking what the defense give him with short passes and trying to get the ball, move the ball down the field, and has done a great job here with what he has.
Here's a 2nd down and 10. Greer in motion, stops. Magalay loops it to the right side. Catch is made by Lambana with Delvin Randall and Robert Fuentes closing in on the tackles. And it brings up a 3rd down. 3rd down with 1:19 remaining. It'll be 3rd and 1, Bobby.
And anytime you get some play action here, that slows down the rush of that defense. And that's what he needs to do because he's been getting some pressure early on. But you go with a little bit of play action and you just drag the inside receiver across the middle. Great play design right there to slow down the defense and complete a pass on the opposite side of the field.
On the last 3rd down, they handed it to Oliphant. They do it again, and this time he scores. This time he scores. Jake Oliphant with the handoff, rams it up the middle. It'll be his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year.
Great drive and series after the went 0-4 on their first possession of the game, and you can just see here they line up. Oliphant just get the ball right there off the left end, and defense crashes down, and he has an opening, and he runs in for a touchdown.
And now remember, they don't have a kicker because their regular kicker, Andrew Boyle, is on the bus coming from Minneapolis. So they're going to have to go for 2. Not the worst thing if you make it, certainly. Ave Magalay is the quarterback running this 2-point conversion. Man in motion, Lambana. And the pass intercepted. Taken by Bird, and he brings it out to the 1-yard line. So no points there, but Bird got rung up there. He sure did. But it's now a Minnesota lead, 13-6, as the lack of a kicker cost them at least 1 point, maybe more.
Yes, at least 1 point, but great design, great play call. I just wasn't exactly sure who he was targeting here on the play. It's well covered. Maybe he thought LaVana was going to come on into the inside and through the ball, be mature, but nobody's open on that play.
We are live here in Duluth, Minnesota, the Amsoil Arena. It seats 5,669 for AF1 and for hockey games. It expands to 7,161 for concerts. And I said hockey, the University of Minnesota Duluth, the Bulldogs, play their games here. And they've had some success with their men's hockey franchise here. The Bulldogs of UMD. Delvin Randall will be deep. The kickoff will be from Dante Reed. And here is the kick. Taken short because he's not the regular kicker. Here come the Monsters. Up the near side, Randall. And Delvin Randall gets it across midfield into Washington territory. And we have come to the end of the first quarter of play. We are back. Nice fashion example there for Johnson. He's got the spats going in the same color of his uniform.
He's definitely color coordinated.
He is. There's a flag, and that play is dead. Somebody moved on the offensive side, but look at the spats there.
Offense, number 11, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Carlos Thompson Jr. It'll be the second flag of the day on the Monsters. There's Carlos. you spat it up when you were playing?
I did spat up when I played.
What's the advantage, or is it just a fashion statement?
Well, it's somewhat of a fashion statement, but oftentimes when you have some kind of ankle injury and you need some extra support, you want to spat up to get that extra, support on your ankles.
Here now, the back pedal and a throw to the end zone, and it is incomplete. Incomplete in the end zone. There is a flag on the play. You see it over there at the 22-yard line.
Johnson just was a little bit late on that throw.
Illegal formation, offense, uncovered guard, 5-yard penalty, first down.
What does that mean, Bobby?
Uncovered guard, tight end lined up on the wrong side.
Right, exactly.
They said uncovered guard, but in this league, the guard is the tight end. So
yeah,
and he has to distinguish himself of what side he's on. He raises his hand to give the official indication that I'm the tight end.
Yep. Thompson in motion, straight drop, and there's an incomplete around midfield. That ball came over to the near side. Just getting going, second quarter, 14 minutes, 8 seconds remaining in this half. Thompson again, the man in motion. They roll left and throw, and it's grabbed up in the air. And is it an interception? Yes, it is. Eugene Ford with an interception. It'll be his 4th interception of the year. So we are taking timeout.
Timeout.
Thank you, sir. Interception by Eugene.
Monsters fans, who's ready for another exciting playoff timeout challenge? It's time for the Toppers Pizza Box Relay Race, presented by our friends from Toppers Pizza. Tonight, 2 teams of 2 will go head-to-head for pizza, bragging rights, and the title of Toppers Pizza Box Relay Champions. Let's go down to Ben and Peter, and let's meet tonight's competitors.
Test. On my side, we have Leo and Eliza. Yeah, that's my side. Over here we have Zach and Billy.
All right, we got our competitors. Here's how it works. Each team has 1 contestant positioned opposite ends of the field, ready for the relay. Our first racers will begin with a stack of 3 Toppers Pizza boxes, a small, a medium, and a large. Once we say go, they'll race through the home course. I'm balancing all 3 pizza boxes. The challenge is simple. Keep the stack together while weaving through the course. Don't drop the box. But if you do, don't worry. Stop worrying hard. Pick it up and restack your boxes and continue the race. Once they reach their teammate on the opposite goal line, hand off the entire stack of pizza boxes. Then it's your teammate's turn. Ben, Peter, get them going.
Boom! Ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
Back with you in Duluth, Minnesota. The Amsoil Arena. Eli Gold, Bobby Humphrey, our spotter, Butch Owens, Nathan Barron, working as a production assistant for us here today. We appreciate everybody's help in getting this game on the air. I tell you, it's particularly tough when you have back-to-back games in different cities. Michigan last night, and then here this one. But we're glad to be able to bring the action to you. We'll have the same deal next week as we will go from Albany to Clarksville, Tennessee. That's going to be some good stuff. The first and second seeds in action.
Oh yes, it'll be some really good games. We've seen both Albany and Nashville play, and
Yep.
they got the bye because they finished 1 and 2
Mm-hmm.
in the regular season. So they awaits the winner of this game, so we can determine who's going to match up where.
And here comes Washington to the line of scrimmage. Ave Magale, Jaiave. That's his first name. Ave Magale. Straight drop. And that is knocked down, deflected, right back in the face of the quarterback. So it'll bring up a second down and 10. Magale is backed up by Andrew McBride, although McBride is one of those players on the bus coming from Minneapolis right now. He's just joining us. They have had some problems with travel. Claude Davis knocked that ball down, by the way. So Magale has no regular backup right now.
And they just moved Claude Davis,
Yeah.
everywhere on the line. He lining up on as the nose tackle right over the center and got those long arms up to be able to bat that ball down.
They look towards Greer and nothing there. Magale goes down. Magale taken down at the 4-yard line.
I don't know if it could be a fumble here.
As the runner was down by contact. Third down.
So there was a sack, but no fumble. Let's see what the timing looked like up close. Yeah, the play was down when the ball came loose, and Shekai Holiness said, I want it, but they didn't give it to him. But this now is going to be third down here, and 13, third and 13 for Washington. Sending a man in motion off the far side. Magale taken down, and that will be a safety. A safety right there for the Minnesota Monsters. Yeah, Antonio, you can smile. You and Shekai Holiness have been wreaking havoc here all day. Watch it here. From behind. It's going to be Chai Hill, who actually comes up with the actual play and gets credit for that safety. There's a season ticket holder and the family. We've seen him on other telecasts from here in Duluth. Now the kick by Dante Reed. Again, to the goal line area. Carlos Thompson hurdles a man and then is down at the 17-yard line. The fumble went out of bounds.
Out of bounds. 1st and 10, Minnesota.
So it was out of bounds, so play continues on.
Yeah, that ball that bounced up in the air and probably into a fan's arm.
Yep.
But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, don't try this at home.
No, don't try that at home. Brandon Lambana got undercut on the return. And they'll say the ball went out of bounds at the 15. So that'll be a 1st and 10 from there. Minnesota in the blue with gold. Washington with the gray and teal numbers that you can barely see. Jarve Flowers in motion. Throw to the near side. Catch is made. Hard running by Ladarian McAllister to try and slow down Badejo. They got each other at the same time. McAllister, watch it again.
He just catches just a stationary route there and just runs right through the tackle's arms. And now he's not a small guy. He stands tall at 6'4", 220 pounds.
Yep.
So you're going to have to be able to wrap him up and you want to get him to the ground.
14 yards on the pickup. Flag is down as Flowers took off. Javonte Johnson looking on.
Offside. Defense, number 55, with contact. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
Jake Oliphant. He's done it all here today so far. Couple of penalties on the Wolfies, as they call them at the NC State campus. These guys are the Wolfpack. Here's the straight drop. Looking left and throwing. Catch is made by McAllister down near the 11-yard line. Ladarian McAllister. He went to Kentucky State. That's going to be his 28th reception of the year. 340 yards of pass catches for McAllister. 2nd down and 3. Claude Davis in at fullback now. He gets the handoff. Claude down to the 5-yard line. It'll be a 1st down run. Claude Davis for 7 yards, and the defensive lineman by trade, who has been in the indoor game since, 2013, I bet. He just ran right through everybody.
And he has 6 touchdowns on the season.
Yep.
He's an excellent runner, and they use him a lot when they get down here in the red zone.
Yeah, that was his 46th rush of the year, 150 yards. Now, there's the shovel pass. Davis, nothing there. And he is put down after maybe a half-yard gain. Maybe a half-yard line gain. Otis Odom, among others. Eugene Ford there as well.
You can see on this run, he actually tried to make a cut black box. It's just a shovel pack, kind of toss here. Cuts back inside.
Kind of tripped up on tripped up on Leon Brown. Here now the straight man in motion. And nobody picks up the short man, McAllister. Ladarian McAllister, touchdown, Minnesota. Nobody picked him up. They all ran right by him.
Yeah, that outside defensive back, Dixon, just dropped back in his zone, thinking he was going to undercut the corner route, and he just dropped back. Dixon just dropped back a little bit too far in the end zone, And the quarterback, Johnson, just smart enough to know, hey, I got 2 covering 1. 1 is open. Just get him to him quick, and he was able to step into the end zone.
They have missed a couple of extra points already, but they make this one. So that one is good, and the lead is now 22-6
Media, timeout.
in favor of the home team. Well, time to get serious. The guy in the front row put his helmet on.
Yes, I thought at first that his son had his helmet, but no.
Yeah.
Dad has his own helmet, and son has
Exactly.
one.
I love that. And again, I don't know who they are, but we see them every time we come up here to Minnesota. So they're longtime supporters. And there is the kick. And that one comes off the net. Byron Edwards, upset that he got tripped up and is put down at the 4-yard line by Dontorian Best. Look at this touchdown again, Bobby.
And if you see the 2 secondary guys, you got Ford on the outside.
Yep.
So Ford is going to kind of drop underneath to try to cover this corner route. But he can actually cheat a little bit and play the middle. He don't have to drop as far. And he allows number 12, McAllister, to kind of get the ball underneath and walk into the end zone. Just played a little bit too deep in the end zone.
So now they wind the clock. There you see the time remaining first half. From the 4-yard line, it'll be a 1st and 10 from there. Otis Odom is lined up in the end zone. He'll be the high motion man. The out route caught by Akil Greer at the 6. Delvin Randall will make the tackle. There's Akil. 54 receptions coming in today. 575 yards and 11 touchdowns. From St. Augustine's. Played there from 2019 to 2022. J.R. Wells, the head coach, gets the play into Magale. Akil Greer in motion. Magale throws the out route, and the ball is caught and then dropped by Otis Maman.
And Magalay is that clock has sped up in his head. He is throwing the ball extremely fast, and because of the pass rush from the Minnesota Monsters, those guys they just pinning their ears back and just going full blast after the quarterback. So the quarterback, Magalay, has to get rid of the ball and got to get rid of it really, really quick.
3rd down and 8. There's J.R. Wells there on the left of your screen, the head coach of the Washington Wolfpack.
He's going to have to burn a timeout here. Blocking. It's down to 10, 11.
And there's timeout.
Timeout, Washington, their 3rd and final. 30-second timeout.
Why would they burn a timeout right there?
I'm
not sure.
I'm not sure. I don't know if the plays.
Maybe they're hoping the bus gets. Not our spotter, Butch Owens, just leans over and said he's hoping the bus pulls up. Yeah. Again, if you're just joining us, a good number of their top players, only 5 in number, but some of the best, are on the bus coming in from Minneapolis, and they've already missed a good part of this first half. It was because of airline problems brought about by bad weather in the Pacific Northwest. And some of the team came in last night. The rest came in today. They would have made it in time, but again, bad weather, and they had to fly them in. Instead of coming to Duluth, they flew to Minneapolis, and they got them a bus, and they're busing them here. They put their equipment on the bus.
Right.
They got dressed on the highway, but that's the problem. Otis Odom, there's a flag flying. Can you imagine being on Interstate 35 North in a car and you look to your left?
Defense, number 0. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Robert Fuentes, the guilty player. You look to your left, and there's a bus, and you look up, and through the window you see guys getting dressed to play football. Oh, Lord. You saw the jump there. Yeah, 35 north is what they take from Minneapolis to here. Excuse me. Now Magalay throws. It's complete for a first down across the 20 to Odom, out to the 22-yard line. Jadarius Bird, the man to make the tackle right there. Bird.
But I just love the grit by this Washington Wolfpack team. Although they're shorthanded, they are playing pretty good football to not have 6 of their players on the team. And the difference in the arena,
and 6 of their better players.
Better player, that's right. And the outdoor game you get 3 deep. Here in the indoor game, you don't get 3 deep as a backup. Some players don't even have, don't have a backup.
I just got a text from downstairs.
Offense, 5-yard penalty.
Delay of game on the offense. Just got a text from downstairs that the bus is about 10 minutes away. So that is whether they make it in time for the end of this half or just in time. They'll probably just wait for the second half and come out and warm up a little bit.
Do you think the Minnesota organization called the Duluth police to get them an escort here on time?
No, not in the least. They probably called the police to try and set up a roadblock. Is what they probably did. Here's Lombana in motion. Straight drop on the quarterback's part, and the one hopper right side incomplete. Odom picked it up, but it was an incomplete pass. Might have been deflected there at the line of scrimmage. Ave Magalay from East Texas A&M. Also played at the University of Louisiana. As they come to the line of scrimmage. 22-6. Greer in motion. The throw to him, and it comes out to the near side, and he fights out down towards the 17-yard line. Nice play by Akil Greer. Looks like he'll be short, Bobby. What do you think?
It looks like it's short, but this is a great read by the quarterback here.
Yep.
To see the jam man come up and slightly miss, and he gets him the ball right away, gets Greer the ball right away.
But he is going to be short by about a yard, maybe 3/4 of a yard. Man in motion. Greer. There's the give, and Freddie Booth Lloyd rumbles for the first down. He is a defensive lineman slash fullback who began the year with the now dearly departed Oregon Lightning.
And that's not a bad guy to get a ball to, 320 pounds from Temple. Booth Lloyd is not, he is, and got a little reach there with trying to extend the ball a little bit, but he's a truckload.
He is that. Here now the throw this way. Incomplete. Greer couldn't play it. Just getting confirmation again from downstairs near the Wolfpack bench that they will play in the second half. Okay. They will not try and get them in here in the waning moments of this half. They probably won't be here in time. In about 7 or 8 minutes or so before the bus pulls up. But, boy, they've had a day and a quarter, huh? Maybe a day and a half. Here's Greer in motion. The throw, short. They needed to get it down inside the 5. It came to the 6. And Lambana couldn't make the grab on that one. And Javante Haynes celebrates as we have come to the 1 minute warning.
Timeouts remaining. Minnesota has 2 timeouts remaining. Under
As you heard, Minnesota with 2 timeouts. Washington has none. Eli Gold, Bobby Humphrey, and our crew here in Duluth, Minnesota. The back end of a doubleheader weekend for AF1 Playoffs. Yesterday, Michigan beat Kentucky 70-36. Now this one is Magale looking, throwing, and intercepted say the Monsters. And indeed it is an interception, according to the Monsters, by Trayvon Jones. But now they're saying no intercept. And the officials are going to talk it over. There was a flag down as well.
Formation. Defense, number 8. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Well, that will take care of the interception. Javonte Haynes, guilty of a illegal defense. 4th penalty for a loss of 20 yards on the play. We've got 3rd down and 5 upcoming. Looked like it might have bounced anyway. Coming up at halftime, folks, Bobby and I are going to talk about yesterday's game. We're going to preview some of next week's action. Let's check on the excitement of the AF1. That's coming up at halftime. There's a throw into the 1-yard line neighborhood. Brandon Lombana. And they'll say he could not come up with it.
Tough catch there.
Yeah.
Tough catch to make there. And you also got to push into the wall there to kind of jar the.
We just saw the Washington players arrive here at the arena. We didn't get it on camera for you, but they did just stick there. I got to say, I assume it's all of them. I recognized Andre Hendricks and a couple of the guys. Here's 4th down, and a flag is down.
It may have looked like that may have been on Clark Davis over the nose there, over the center.
Offside. Defense, number 9. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
Watch it again here. There goes Claude, number 9. But again, the players are here. So you Wolfpack fans, you'll have your full roster for the second half. Freddie Booth Lloyd.
Timeout. Minnesota, their second. 30 seconds.
They were getting ready to snap it. And then when they moved Freddie Booth Lloyd, he's a load. Remember, he ran earlier today. Everybody's out there talking it over. You don't think Freddie Mercury got any money for that song, do you? We hear it everywhere we go. Just listening in the background.
Well, that's the rest of the team there, huh?
Yeah.
Well, they got dressed and they on ready to go.
Lombana, Lloyd, and Freddie is in for the touchdown. So we go from Freddie Mercury to Freddie Booth Lloyd. A 5-yard touchdown rumble.
This was very impressive drive and a needed drive by the Wolfpack.
Touchdown. That ruling is under further review.
Well, as you heard, they're going to look at it and make sure the football made it in. Sure looked like Freddie made it in. Well, tough to tell from that angle.
Yeah.
He had D'Antonio Simley on his back, number 91.
Looked like he may have fell on top of Flanagan. Boy, that's a lot of weight to fall on top of someone.
Goodness gracious.
300.
He reached it over. Look right now. Right there, the ball was sitting on the white paint. So he did make it. A good athletic move by Freddie Booth Lloyd, the former Temple Owl, who clearly gives a hoot.
After review, the ruling on the field is upheld. Touchdown, Washington. Point for try.
So here, late in the second quarter, Freddie Booth Lloyd. And remember, their kicker is still not ready to go in. They're going to put the new guy, or the guys who just arrived, they're going to put them in the second half. So they're going to try and go for a 2-point conversion here. Magalhae under center. Here's the give. There's the throw. Near side, incomplete. Incomplete.
Great design play. He just didn't get it up high enough.
Looking for a
as we can
Keel
see it on the
Greer.
replay, yes.
Watch
Good
it again.
design.
The throw, just a little bit short. Looks like Brandon Lambana was involved in that as well. So no extra point, but it is a 22-12 ball game in favor of Minnesota. And you know something, folks? Everybody is saying, you know, this was going to be a blowout because half the other team wasn't there. Booth Lloyd, Freddie is right there saying, let me tell you how it's done. He said, you get your shoes laced up, you get them all spatted up. Well, maybe not quite that detailed. There's the backup quarterback, Andrew McBride. He was on the bus,
Yes.
so he's here now. Dante Reed. There's McBride. But Dante Reed is going to kick off here. He hasn't had a kick into the end zone yet. And that one goes into the seats. It'll come out to the 20-yard line.
Kick out of bounds. The ball will be placed at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10, Minnesota.
They'll take the souvenir. They'll take the football from the fan and replace it with a non-game used football.
That's right.
So that souvenir will go home with the young man. But those game balls have chips in them and all sorts of authentication devices. So they're a little bit more expensive than just taking something out of the souvenir store, which they have here in the lobby. 1st and 10 from the 20. Carlos Thompson. Thompson in motion. Straight drop. Off the back foot into the end zone. Knocked away, incomplete.
He got tangled up there, and I'm trying to think, was it an offense or a defensive pass interference? I think they're going to call it on the defense, but you can see they get their feet and they get kind of tangled up there.
Pass interference. Defense, number 22. 10-yard penalty. Automatic. 1st down.
Kyle Lee getting a piece of Shiloh Flanagan. Flanagan, the former Kentucky Barrel. And there's the shove. 5 penalties now on the Wolfpack. There's the throw back to the far side, bouncing off the wall and out of bounds off that first hit. It is not a touchdown. The score remains 22-12. There is a flag. Flanagan made the reception, but I believe they're going to call him out of bounds on that first hit at about the 2-yard line.
And they're going to call a personal foul on Tywan Buckley, who has just arrived off the bus, and
Yeah.
you get a little frustration there.
Referee Tyler Downs will get everything sorted out for us.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct foul. Defense, number 9, his first of the game. Unsportsmanlike conduct foul. Offense, number 3, his first of the game. Those fouls will offset. First and goal, Minnesota.
So Flowers and Buckley both with the unsportsmanlike conduct. But it was not a touchdown.
So they made it offsetting penalties and no foul, no play. So
Do they give it to Gunnar Hurlburt here to run it in?
I believe I would.
Nope, somebody jumped. Somebody jumped for Minnesota. It was either Kyler Edwards.
False start. Offense, number 71.
It
5-yard
was
penalty.
Kyler Edwards. So that brings the football back outside the 5 to the 6. 6 flags already on Minnesota, 5 on Washington. Minnesota's in the blue. The snap. Looking, throwing into the back corner and into the seats. Shiloh Flanagan, the intended receiver. And that was incomplete. Shiloh Flanagan. 10 games with Kentucky, 2 now with the Minnesota Monsters, catching passes from that guy, number 5, Javonte Johnson. Second down and goal. Man in motion, Greer. The throw into the corner, caught, touchdown. A beautiful jumping reception by Shiloh Flanagan. Pretty play. And Minnesota now takes the lead, but there's a flag.
Washington, the jack was out of the box. That penalty is declined. Result of the play is a touchdown.
And there you hear the illegal defense decline. Nice play, Bobby.
Nice play call. I think Edwards was trying to say that may have been a little bit of a pick or push. He kind of pushed him out of the way and skirted his view of the receiver that was running the out route. I think that could be a pick, or the officials didn't see it as a pick, so I guess it wasn't really a pick.
Yeah.
I guess it was just the receiver crossing your face and got just a little bit of a push, but nevertheless.
In other words, a pick. Extra point try. That one is up and good. Michael Hall with the extra point. And now it is a 28-12 ball game.
As you can see, Byron Edwards, number 7, is right there in the middle. He gets pushed right there, and as soon as he gets pushed, the receiver comes open on the out route. Great throw, by the way, by Johnson. He has made some very, very tough and precise throws on tonight. He's having an excellent game, other than the interception, which was just a bad decision when we really hadn't decided whether or not he was trying to actually throw that one away, didn't quite get it out of bounds. But other than that, he's played a very, very good football game tonight.
So there's the score. Randy Moss likes what he's seeing. Byron Edwards will be back to field
The kick from Michael Hall. Does he come out? Yes, he does. And gets to the 4-yard line. So Dontorian Best and Ladarian McAllister there to make the stop on Edwards. You see the few seconds remaining in this first half. Again, Bobby and I will be on with you at halftime, looking at yesterday's game, previewing next week's action. That's coming up at intermission. So they try and break out of their own end here, Washington does, with 10 seconds to go. Lombana in motion, flag flies, and the throw into the seats, but then bobbled, and it goes down to the scorer's table. Keel Greer was the intended receiver.
Illegal formation, offense. Number 47 was in the second neutral zone. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
The first neutral zone, of course, is the offense, the trenches. The second one is down out there behind the linebacker.
That is correct, and he may have lined up a little bit too close to the line of scrimmage in the neutral zone, and wasn't a clear line of sight between him and the butts of his offensive
guys
lineman.
in front of him.
Yes.
Exactly. Yep. So now Tariq Stewart raises his hands. He is the eligible receiver. Lombana in motion. Straight drop. Magale throws long. Finds a man and he's intercepted. Intercepted at the goal line by Trayvon Jones. He'll come to the near side. He's up the left wing and he puts himself into the wall, and the half has come to a close. And now there's a flag down, so let's wait and see if we have actually reached halftime or if they stop the clock with a second remaining.
There are 2 fouls on the play. They are both on the defense.
Ooh.
Holding. Defense. Number 14. That penalty is declined. Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense. Number 1. 10-yard penalty for automatic first down. Untimed down.
Wow.
Wow.
So there will be an untimed down here. Magale is intercepted. There's the throw. There's the hit. Wow.
Wow.
So the extra play, and Ave is checking his the parts and pieces of his helmet under the watchful eye of Tyler Downs.
Boy, he's taking a beating tonight.
He has. Wow.
And he still got a half to play.
Yeah. The extra play. This is an untimed down. Sending Lombana in motion. The throw out to the near side, and that will bring us to the half. 29-12.
Of the first half.
29-12 at the half here in Duluth. Watch this again on the last play. Magale got dinged again.
Yeah, and he's down too. So they. helped him up a little bit.
Yeah,
but
they
he's
just
got-
helped him up, and they try to walk him off, but you see the tempers are rather short. Leon Brown holding guys back. Fans looking on. They're still milling around on the field. Everybody finally being ushered apart.
Fans will begin halftime this evening with our first contest of the halftime show. It's time for 3 lucky fans to test their aim in the Mix Cosmetics Giant Lip Gloss Ring Toss. Here's how it works. Each contestant will receive 3 giant rings and will have 1 chance to toss each ring onto the oversized Mix Cosmetics Lip Gloss target. Every ring that lands around the lip gloss counts as 1 point. After all 3 contestants have taken their turns, the fan with the highest score will be our Mix Cosmetics champion. Our winner will receive an amazing Mix Cosmetics prize package with $50 Mix Cosmetics gift certificate, a bottle of their popular soothing muscle cream, an exclusive Minnesota Monsters Dance Team lip gloss, and other great Mix Cosmetics products. Now let's go to Ben down on the field with more. Ben, take it away, my friend.
Thank you, Brian. We have 3 teams out here, 3 contestants doing some ring toss. And we need a minute. We're going to count it down here. Each team needs to start. 3, 2, 1, go!
Welcome back, everybody. Amsoil Arena here in Duluth, Minnesota. We are live, 8:33 Central Time, 9:33 Eastern. The game was delayed an hour because of travel problems for Washington. And then at that, the guys who were delayed didn't get here until the start of the second half now.
Yes, that's right. Got a little bit in on the tail end of the second quarter. But technically, really they'll get more involved when the second half kind
Exactly.
of rolls around.
Yesterday, Michigan 70, Kentucky 36. What a turnaround at halftime.
That was a turnaround.
Yeah.
Kentucky looked very, very good in the first half. They played extremely well. Actually led 36-33 at
They
the
did.
half.
They
And
did.
we was expecting to see a pretty competitive second half. But Kentucky never scored again.
Why don't we take a look? You know who did play well yesterday was Trevante Long. He really did a good job. He had 133 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns. He himself did very, very well.
Had a very, very good ball game and had a breakout game. Early in the ball game, Bennett got hurt, on the first really play of the game, on the kickoff. As you see some of the highlights here, where Long is kind of just doing his thing here, but that's actually a position Bennett would have been playing number 4 who got hurt. And Long just made the best of his opportunity.
He did.
Outstanding game yesterday.
Yeah, Trevante played very, very well. And of course, when you've got, on the field, Malik Henry throwing you the football, that's a big plus.
Oh, that's a big plus.
That's huge.
He came into the game yesterday with 59 touchdowns. That leads the league by well over 3 touchdowns over one of the Coker brothers, which is
Right.
Josh Coker. out of Nashville. But he just had a great day throwing the ball. Had a lot of receivers wide open at times. Some secondary issues there with the Kentucky Barrels, but nevertheless, he did everything right, reading his defense, making his check downs, getting the ball in the hands of his playmakers, and Long and Williams, and you know the rest kind of just he just made it happen.
I wonder what happens next week when Malik has to face either Albany or Nashville, and they put a lot of pressure. Malik's good, but he doesn't like getting banged up.
He doesn't like getting banged up.
No,
and most
he doesn't.
quarterbacks don't.
True.
But I think Malik
seems to really affect him, though.
It does. It does. But I think they will have a game plan for him, knowing that either one of those teams that they play next week have great pass rushers, both Albany and Nashville.
Yep.
So it's going to be very important that they protect him early. Don't kind of get him comfortable. I think they should get him comfortable in the pocket. But I feel like he is a veteran quarterback and can make adjustments.
Yeah.
In terms of getting the ball out a little bit earlier if he feel like the pressure is going to be a little bit too intense.
You know what else is something, though? Michigan yesterday, they caused turnovers. They forced a lot of things to go wrong, and obviously Kentucky was the team that suffered because of that.
Well, as you can see here, an interception there, and then there's going to be another interception, and then there's going to be another interception. They had three interceptions and one fumble. There's a fumble there by the quarterback. I tell you, they were in the ball game in the first half, but in the second half, they had 3 turnovers.
They really did. We're back with you here. We're in Duluth, Minnesota today. It's been a long day. Not been anywhere near as long as it's been for some of the Washington Wolfpack players who just got here a short while ago. Of course, next week, we will have both of the semifinal games for you. One from Albany, one from Clarksville, Tennessee. And we'll take a moment here in just a bit to preview what potentially will happen there. We still don't know the matchups. The matchups won't come until this game is done. But one
Now I'm going to take the rope and tie it into a knot. This might take a minute. I wear shoes without laces for a reason. Let's see, I'll take the ring. Fun story about how I got the ring. I figured out how to get the ring toss at the state fair. See, what you do is you buy a bucket of rings and then you don't throw them. The rules don't say you have to throw the rings. Also, a bit of life advice, if you're seeing someone and they can hinting they want a ring, and you get them one of these, they will not be impressed. Or so I've heard from a friend. Completely unrelated joke, what do my wife and my rabbit have in common? They both like a lot of carrots. Let's see. Ring knot, you take the knot, bring it up through the ring, and it nuts under the rope just like that. Have you hold your arm out if you're a Minnesota monster and you're about to slip on someone. Alright, grab the ring. Thank you. Give it up for my new friend and everyone. Alright, let's see, if you take the ring and you throw it at the knot and nuts right through, watch the knot. So we couldn't get the ring off. I'm going to take the ends, place them into my pocket, like so. One by one, they travel, leaving just the middle. Please remember these 3 things. 1, whatever you do, don't hurt yourself trying to figure out how this is done. 2, if you like the magic, I'm Father Newton, not I'm Chris Angel. And number 3, go Monsters, let's bring this home.
That's what's coming up next week. The highest seed remaining, and of course 5 seed is Michigan. They're already advanced. The lowest remaining seed will go to play Nashville because Nashville's #1. That's one of the advantages of winning the regular season.
Yeah, and they only have one loss, and I believe that loss was to Albany.
Yep. So that's coming up next week. We'll have games on Saturday and Sunday, 4 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Central. As you look at the beautiful Amsoil. Welcome back, everybody. We're in Duluth, Minnesota, the Amsoil Arena. A beautiful building here just on the lakefront. You know, it's one of those games, Bobby, where everything is going one team's way except the scoreboard, which is going the other team's way.
And you know, in Washington, other than 12 points, they're playing statistically a very, very good ball game.
Yeah.
And by the stats, they should be ahead.
First down, 7-4. Hit the weight room, not the food court. I see. Number 7 has a bedtime. Fans are great. Fans are great. But yeah, all the numbers so far. Total plays, 29 for Washington, 12 for Minnesota. Passing yards, 63 Washington, 50 for Minnesota. Rushing yards, 18 Washington, 10 Minnesota. Everything is going Washington's way except the scoreboard.
Yeah. And you think about it early in the ball game, you know, all the mistakes that were made and the big special team plays that were made by Minnesota. You know, they get a 1 without doing anything but other than just tackling in the return man in the end zone. The next kick bounces off the net and bounces in the arms of number 3 for the Minnesota Monsters, Flowers. And he walks in for a touchdown, and right out the gate, they're up by 13.
Individual numbers for Washington: Magale, 10 of 22 passing, 63 yards. The long pass was 14. Javonte Johnson, 6 of 9, 1 interception, 50 yards. It's just not been an exemplary game statistically, but hey, they don't give you, like I said yesterday, they don't give you style points in this business. We're underway. And that, are we in Saginaw? That ball hit the scoreboard. That ball hit the scoreboard. So it comes out to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, we saw that about 7 times yesterday in Saginaw.
We sure did. That was the first kick of the day for Andrew Boyle, who was one of the late arrivers on that bus. So the ball will be placed at the 20, 1st and 10. Flowers, Thompson, and McAllister are wides for Minnesota. Minnesota is in the blue. Washington is in the gray with the illegible numbers. Thompson in motion. There's the throw near side, and it's broken up last second. Nice job by that man, Byron Edwards.
And we highlighted him at the beginning of the game, and you can tell you, look at this great coverage. I mean, he spins, turn, and almost comes up with his 10th interception.
Almost did. So to the line of scrimmage. Kyler Edwards says he's eligible. Flowers in motion. Straight drop. Here's the sidearm offering, and it goes into the first row of seats. Was caught by the defender. Those guys had it right there. The Go Monsters signs in place. And now the first 3rd down of the day for Minnesota. Their first 3rd down play of the day. Flowers in motion. There's the throw. It deflects, and nobody could find it. It goes incomplete.
Wow.
He's picked up there by Ladarian McAllister. Byron Edwards had the coverage.
Yeah, there's three throws at Byron Edwards.
Yep.
All 3 incomplete.
Exactly.
And you can see on his defensive cover, he's just so talented and skilled. Look at that. He comes up, bats this ball right down.
So 4th down and 10. And boy, do they never, ever need a stop. Does Washington ever need a stop here? Straight drop. There's the throw. And it is a completion for a 1st down. Ladarian McAllister. 14 yards. Looked like Eugene Ford, if I was able to read that number correctly.
You did read it correctly, and Ford is all over this here, but it just good offense always beat great defense every time. It's a great throw. Put it on this number. The big hands of McAllister just were able to pull that ball in.
So now they come to the line of scrimmage with Flowers, Thompson, and McAllister as the wideouts. Man in motion. Straight drop. Johnson lofts one towards the corner of the end zone. And that's incomplete. They're looking for a holding call, and there is a flag down. We'll hear from referee Tyler Downs.
Interference. Defense, number 22. 10-yard penalty. Automatic. 1st down.
Kai Lee, the senior from, the veteran from Spanaway, Washington, played at Western Oregon.
And what you see here is just what we call this is a sluggo, a slant and go. So McAllister does a slant and then a go. It's a double move, but you got 5'10", Lee guarding 6'4", McAllister.
Here's the inside give, plowing his way forward. Nice job getting down by Claude Davis. Claude, who is a defensive lineman by trade, but also works as a fullback. That's his 47th carry of the year. Now the snap, the toss, ball comes loose. It's recovered by Minnesota. And down they go at the 13. Ladarian McAllister picked it up and went down with it, but it loses 11 yards on the play. It loses 11 yards.
And this is just a great play by the blitzing corner here. So Ford just reads it right off the snap, comes in, put his hat on the ball.
Yep.
That's a great instinctive play by Ford.
Eugene can do that. So now it's going to be third down, third and goal from down around the 14-yard line. There's the strike into the corner of the end zone. McAllister, touchdown as they go over the wall. Edwards had the coverage.
The ruling on the field is a touchdown.
And you hear the call in the background. The ruling is a touchdown. Ladarian McAllister. Big time play. He had a touchdown earlier in the second quarter. McAllister did.
Great position.
Nice.
Secondary had a combo coverage on. Ford, you take the inside, I'll take the outside is what Byron.
12 yards on the play. Extra point try upcoming. Michael Hull, 3 of 4 in extra points today. He's 14 of 23 on the year. There's a delay of game.
5-yard penalty. Replay, try for point.
They're going to replay the try for the point. Tell you, the extra points this weekend, yesterday and today, it's been like an adventure. And that kick is up and good, even though it's 5 yards longer than normal.
Timeout.
So that was a big time play right there. Minnesota, 36-12 as we continue from Duluth. Welcome back, everybody. Michael Hall getting set to kick it off for the Minnesota Monsters. They lead 36-12. The kick off the net, off the hands, and out of bounds. So a touchback right there.
Structure. It went out of bounds in the end zone. The ball will be placed at the 5-yard line. 1st and 10, Washington.
Don't forget, folks, the AF1 postseason continues next weekend. The semifinal round of the playoffs next Saturday at 4 Eastern will be at the MVP Arena in Albany, New York for the Firebirds home game, while on Sunday at 4 Eastern, 3 Central, we'll be in Clarksville for the Tennessee game. They will be in the Cats' hometown, the Nashville Cats in Clarksville, Tennessee. So Saturday and Sunday next weekend. Hope you can join us. Remember, at the end of the first half, the quarterback got really dinged up. Magale unloads here. Grab is made by Stevens. He'll go to the far side, cuts back inside, and is down inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. You couldn't have done that in the first half because Tyler Stevens wasn't here. He was on the bus.
And he just takes a simple just button hook route and makes several guys miss and take it to the house.
A 40-yard play.
Sits it down right there, breaks a tackle there, breaks another tackle here and there. Stiff arms, just excellent run after catch.
Down to the 4-yard line. Delvin Randall, the man who finally put him down. Andre Hendricks is the running back. The fullback gets the handoff, and he'll fight his way to the 3-yard line. You couldn't have done that in the first half. Hendricks wasn't here either.
Timeout on the field for injury to an offensive player.
Oh, my. He was one of the guys who was not here in the half. Andre Hendricks has been one of the greats in indoor football for years. I hate to see this for him because, you know, Andre is one of those who's an outstanding ball player. We'll keep an eye on him, and we'll be coming right
Fans, a reminder when the game ends, the party is just beginning. Join us after the game for the official Monsters post-game party, sponsored by Pizza and Chicken. Fans are reminded to celebrate responsibly. We are King Texas is reminds everyone to come ahead and behave safely. We appreciate your commitment to our community. The Minnesota Monsters thank Presidents Inn, the official housing partner of the Minnesota Monsters. Comfortable stays, outstanding service, and home for your Monsters. When it's time to perform at your best, trust Quality Water, proud supplier of fresh water for your Minnesota Monsters. Looking for something unforgettable? Visit Gentleman Company, proud jewelry partner of your Minnesota Monsters. Amsoil Arena, the music's bumping, you should be too. Next man finds you.
Hendricks did jog off under his own power. That's great news. He is replaced by Dante Reed, number 44. Man motion. There's the throw across traffic. Touchdown. Touchdown. As Che Hill comes through and tries to knock the ball out of the hands of Tyler Stevens. But that was a pretty play. Nicely done.
Very nicely done. Had a little play action going on, extra block on the outside by the interior lineman as he go in motion, and he blocks right there. They think it's a run. Throw it in the corner of the end zone to Stevens, who was not here in the first half.
That's right. You couldn't have done that in the first half either. Tyler Stevens was not here in the first half. Now Andrew Boyle. You couldn't have done this in the first half. He was not here. So you wouldn't likely have seen that. And that is a touchdown and an extra point for the visiting Washington Wolfpack.
As you can see this play again, you know, they fake the toss, set it up with the play action, and get Stevens in the corner of the end zone.
Well, 36-19 is the score. Taking a breather on the sidelines, Tariq Stewart, number 71. 44, Dante Reed, counting to make sure everybody's out there correctly. Jake Oliphant, you've seen him with a couple of touchdown runs earlier today. Carlos Thompson is deep. He'll field the kickoff. Remember, they hit the scoreboard. They pulled a Saginaw and hit the scoreboard on the last try. We say that because in Saginaw, the scoreboard is hanging so low that yesterday we saw 8 balls bank off the scoreboard. There's the kick. And this one continues off the ground, off the net. It's on the floor and covered up by Minnesota. Wow.
Wow.
Carlos Thompson finally corralling that at the 2-yard line.
It hits right at the bottom of the
Net.
railing of the net,
Yeah.
which gives it a kind of a little bit of a different bounce.
Tyler Stevens nearly recovered it for Washington. Boy, oh boy. So now Javonte Johnson, number 5. The quarterback from Dakota Bontenot gets the snap in the end zone. Quick release to McAllister on the far side. Brings it out to the 5-yard line, maybe the 5.5. Let's see where they spot it. There is a flag there.
Defense, number 9. The jack was out of the box. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Oh, Taiwan Buckley with the foul for the illegal defense.
And that's an automatic first down, and he was jacked out of the box. You know, there's an imaginary box that linebacker, both linebackers have to honor until the ball is thrown.
Yep.
And if you get out of the box, it should be tackle to tackle. He actually lines up out of the box.
He sure did. It's a good call from you, Bobby. Sure did. 36-19. Flanagan was in motion. Here's the throw. It's deflected at the 20-yard line, and it's incomplete. Looking for Danye Dixon and Akeel Greer. They couldn't have done that in the first half. Dixon wasn't here.
Dixon and Buckley plays that linebacker's position about as well as any other will linebacker in the league. He has 3 interceptions, and also he leads the teams in tackle with 49 tackles. So he's something to deal with there in that box, and Jack in the box.
Shiloh Flanagan in motion. The throw for 9 yards on the far side. McAllister. Right there in front of those fans who love that first row of seating. And it brings up 3rd down. Third down, Minnesota 2 of 3 here today. There's the inside give, and it does not get the yards to gain. Gunnar Hurlbert.
Rolling on the field as the runner was short of the line to gain. 4th down.
You ever seen Hurlbert up close? I saw him earlier today. He has got a baby face. Gunnar, don't come after me. I'm just making a comment. He looks like he's a very, very young guy. He is. He came out of college just a year ago. Wisconsin Eau Claire. Claude Davis in to run it. And does he get it? Yes, he does. He gets the first down by a yard on a 4th and 1. So Claude Davis with the first down carry.
Just fought for those yards, tough yards.
Sure did.
Not a whole lot of room up in there, but he was able to get a yard out of it and get the first down.
So they will work now from the 13-yard line. 1st and 10. Rolling, throwing into the crowd. Javonte Johnson. He had Wolfpack folks all over him on that play as soon as it started.
And the pressure came pretty quick, came up the middle to begin with and around the end. And he just had to get rid of it.
So now with 3:10 remaining in the 3rd. 2nd down and 10. Near side throw behind Shiloh Flanagan, the former Kentucky Barrel, and it was incomplete behind Shiloh. He's from Sioux Falls. Played well this year in Kentucky. One of their more dependable receivers. 3rd down. They are 2 of 4 in 3rd down conversions, so 50%. Looking right, looking left. Javonte Johnson throws. It is caught by McAllister. Ball comes loose, and on that 2nd or 3rd effort, it's recovered by Washington. And let's see, the officials say yes, the play was not dead. Michael Bedejo coming up with the football.
The ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by Washington. 1st and 10. Media timeout.
We're going to take a timeout. We'll also see whether they decide to challenge this call. Big time play should Washington get it. Welcome back, everybody. There is not going to be any kind of a challenge, apparently. So the ball will be placed at the 24-yard line, 1st and 10. Watch this. Hard hit.
Yeah.
Ball came loose.
Yeah, Taiwan Buckley got in there and jarred that ball loose from the ball carrier.
Yep. Now the straight drop, throw to the near side. Incomplete. Tyler Stevens, the intended receiver. Darius Bird on the cover. J.R. Wells, the head coach for Ave Magale and the Washington Wolfpack. I'll tell you, all the time that we've seen Washington move the ball now, it would have been a different game if they'd had their roster here in the first half.
I really
believe so. Stevens in motion, then comes back. There's the throw underneath, catch is made. Greer inside the 15 of the 14, and Dontorian Best puts him down.
And Greer just gets in here, run a little whip route, just going in and cuts right back out.
Now we have gone under 1 minute remaining here in the third. Lombana down the right side, and he is to the goal line. Did he step out? We have seen no indication.
Offense, number 3.
10-yard
penalty. 3rd down.
He held. Akil Greer, guilty of a hold.
You know, Greer's just trying to make a block here, and his man get away from him a little bit, so he kind of holds him, which,
Yeah, he did.
yeah.
Right there at about the 10-yard line. 41 and a half seconds remaining. 3rd down and 11. Tyler Stevens will be the man in motion. Magale looks his way, throws to the wall, catch is made. Akil Greer tied up and stopped by Jadarius Bird. And that will be the end of the 3rd quarter of play. So 3 quarters complete. 4th quarter could be interesting. Stick around.
will take home a $100 gift certificate to Adventure Zone.
Welcome back, everybody. Some of the between quarters entertainment still underway. Looking ahead, the way things are right now, and again, the game's not over, but if it were to end with this score of Minnesota leading Washington, Washington's season would be done. Minnesota would play at Albany, and Michigan would play at Nashville. I don't know if anybody wants to play anybody at this stage of the year, to be honest with you. You know, you got, I personally think that, the first two teams, Michigan's very, very tough. Maybe it's just because we saw them last night, but I just can't get them out of my mind.
I can't get them out of my mind either. They got, we talked about this here, yesterday.
Yeah,
They have a really good roster, and they're on a 5-game winning streak,
they are.
and they just have hit and peaked at the right time.
Yeah. Well, let's see how this plays out first. We're looking now at a 4th down and 5. Man in motion, Greer. Straight drop, Magale. Throws it complete, 1st down, bouncing off the wall, Lombana, and he is in for a touchdown. Big time play right there. Off the wall, Lombana on the throw from Magale.
And it looked like he got a bounce off the wall rather than going down the wall, catching that ball and running down the sideline. He would have got pushed out of bounds by the defender, but he bounces off the wall. Defenders is in no position to tackle him, and he's able to get round number 10, Jones, and get in the end zone for the touchdown.
20 yards on the play. Now Andrew Boyle to attempt the extra point. It is up and it is good. So we have a ball game as we go here into the early stages of the 4th quarter. 10 points. This one's not over in this league. Andrew Boyle kicking it off the rebound net, high in the air. And there's a flag. You've got to give the man a chance to possess the football, very much like the stadium played game. Kick, catch, interference.
Yeah,
A defenseless player there. Shiloh Flanagan. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to give him an opportunity to possess the ball and come down.
Yeah, Danye Dixon hit him before the ball got there. Danye was rung up. UNLV product. That was going to be his 4th kickoff return of the year. We'll hear from referee Tyler Downs.
Media, timeout.
We're going to take a timeout here for the injured player. Shiloh getting up to his knees to a round of applause.
Monsters do not get another home playoff game this season. We may have seen our last Minnesota Monsters dance team performance this year. Fans, get on your feet for the Minnesota Monsters dance team. Monsters fans, tonight continues to be a historic night with our first ever Arena Football 1 playoff game, and our friends at Tacos Pizza are making sure the excitement continues. Your lucky Monsters fan is receiving a delicious hot pizza delivered right to their seat, courtesy of Tacos Pizza. Take a look on the Jumbotron. There's tonight's Tacos Pizza lucky winner. Let's give her a round of applause. And a huge thank you to Tacos Pizza for being tonight's presenting sponsor and for their incredible support of the Minnesota Monsters all through this inaugural season. Thank you, and let's hear it one more time for Tacos Pizza.
We are back in Duluth, waiting for the call from the official.
By rule, the kicking team cannot break the 5-yard line prior to the ball being touched or grounded in the end zone. Therefore, we have a halo violation, kick-catch interference. Kicking team number 2 with contact. 10-yard penalty from the 5-yard line. 1st and 10, Minnesota.
And for your update, Shiloh Flanagan, although he was escorted by the trainer, walked off under his own power, but went right to the locker room. He got drilled right there by Danye Dixon, but Shiloh walked off, but they did take him right to the locker room. Here now, Carlos Thompson in motion. Pressure. Ball comes loose. Picked up. Washington's got a touchdown. Touchdown, Washington.
The ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. 2nd down.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, his arm was moving forward. He shoveled it. And now it could come back and be an intentional grounding.
Yeah, let's see. Watch it again. Javonte Johnson, yeah, his arm was coming forward. Incomplete forward pass.
Intentional grounding. Offense. Number 5. The ball to be placed in the spot of the foul includes loss of down.
Minnesota was hopeful for a touchdown. But now it'll be a second down as Javonte Johnson Monsters not quite as sharp now as they were earlier in the day, but again, they're playing a different team. Because literally they'd got, 6 guys, 6 good players back who did not play in the first half because of those travel issues.
Now I'm wondering, are they discussing something in regards to where Johnson threw that ball? Because if he intentional ground
Washington is challenging the previous play of an incomplete pass. Timeout.
Well, his arm was coming forward. There's no question about that from what I saw. But the referee will look it over. Tyler Downs will make his decision. Don't forget, folks, next week we've got 2 more games for you here on the playoffs. We'll be in Albany Saturday night, and we'll be in Clarksville, Tennessee on Sunday night. Looked like his arm was coming forward, didn't it?
It looked like it was coming forward to me.
After review, the ruling on the field is upheld. Incomplete pass. Intentional grounding still holds. Second down, Minnesota. Washington is charged with their second challenge, as well as their first timeout.
Not everybody will be happy about everything.
No.
2nd and 22 is what they are indicating now. 2nd down and 22. Javonte Johnson, the quarterback for Minnesota. He'll take it a yard into the end zone. Throws it long, right side, behind the defense. Touchdown, Monsters. Jarvey Flowers. He got behind Byron Edwards. That was a big-time play.
That was a big-time play. And over a big-time player in Byron Edwards, who has 9 interceptions on the season, but just didn't play this well from the snap. I'm not exactly sure what defense he was playing, but Flowers just ran right by him.
47 yards. Flowers from Javonte Johnson. That one hurt the Wolfpack.
Yeah, you got a 2nd and 22.
Yeah.
You just need to,
just keep it in front of you.
Keep it in front of you.
Yeah. Keep it in front of you. Now Michael Hall. Extra point, no good. But the score is now 42-26. As we are live on this Sunday night in Duluth, Minnesota.
Keep those debit cards ringing until our call responded to you. Each of you will receive a cash prize delivered right to your seat by one of the Minnesota Monsters dancers. All in courtesy of Superior Choice Credit Union. This is your final opportunity tonight. Make some noise. Show us your energy. Show us those cards. Let's find our final 5 Superior Choice Credit Union cash giveaway winners. Once again, thank you to our friends at Superior Choice Credit Union, proud partner of your Minnesota Monsters.
Dixon and Odom are deep to field the kickoff. Michael Hall boots it. It bounces. Can he get out of the end zone? Yes. The Monsters say no, but Dixon did get out of the end zone by just the least little bit. Watch this touchdown again.
Yeah. Just runs.
No, there was nothing
right by
fancy there. He just ran by him.
Yeah, just ran by him. I don't know if Byron here thought that maybe he was going to run some kind of a short route and kind of, I don't know what he was thinking, but he just didn't play that well.
47 yards is what it went for. Minnesota now with a little breathing room. In this league, you never call it true breathing room.
No, well, not with 13 minutes left to go in the game.
Exactly.
There's plenty of time left for.
There's an injured player from Minnesota on the ground at the goal line who's being helped up to his feet. Robert Fuentes. There he is. Fuentes up the tunnel. Doesn't go all the way to the locker room, but he was banged up. Glad you're tuned in. Eli Gold, Bobby Humphrey, Butch Owens. Our production assistant today, Nathan Barron. Here's Akil Greer. Quick throw, knocked down at the area of the line of scrimmage. You know, it's amazing, but not amazing, but Minnesota could have another home game. If perchance Nashville and Albany both lose next week, the number 3 seed would be the highest remaining.
That's right.
Wow.
You never know what can happen there.
No, you don't. Akil Greer goes in motion, and the pass with a flag on the play is down into the seating area. Trayvon Jones.
Defense number 1. Since this is their 4th defense bonus foul of the game, 5-yard penalty includes automatic first down.
Ty Hill.
What? What did the official just say then? Did you? Was that?
That was a bonus foul. Yes. 5 yards for offsides. Jai Hill made the tackle. Here's the throw out to the 10-yard line. It'll Dontorian Best with Brandon Lambana tangoing there. Tell you, Lambana's been a good player for J.R. Wells and the Wolfpack. Went 17 yards. Here now is a 2nd down and 7. Inside of 11 minutes remaining in the ball game. We are live here in Duluth. There's a flag on the play.
Delay of game, offense, half the distance to the goal, 2nd down.
And the game started an hour behind schedule due to travel issues for Washington. What was to have been a 6 o'clock Central became 7 o'clock Central. What was to have been 7 o'clock Eastern became 8 o'clock Eastern. So this is a live broadcast as you're watching it here at 39 minutes after the hour. Stevens in motion on a 2nd and long. They throw it his way, and it's now battled for and caught across the way on a deflection, compliments of Delvin Randall. So Delvin didn't hang on to it, but it's now 3rd down upcoming. Almost had it, got knocked out of the hands. Good job.
That's great coverage by Randall.
Yep, great job by Delvin, the Temple University product. Lambana will be the man in motion. Here he comes. The throw, far side, caught, 1st down. Stevens gets up because nobody touched him, and he gets all the way down to the other 21-yard line. Good reaction by Stevens, realizing he made the play, and then he said, hey, nobody's touched me yet.
He just do a good job catching this underneath route and having the awareness to get back up after no one touches him.
Trayvon Jones was there, but never made the tackle. So from the 20-yard line, 1st and 10, Greer goes in motion. Here's the throw into the end zone, tipped away, incomplete. Tipped away on a jump ball situation. Trayvon Jones right there thought he might have had the pick. Watch the pressure on the quarterback. Made a sandwich out of him. Now Magale walks back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down. Stevens in motion. Here's the throw. Nearly intercepted. A bad break. Jadarius Bird got there a little bit late, but a screw up on the communication between the quarterback and the receiver.
There was some miscommunication there.
See, that's why you're so good. You said a miscommunication. I said a screw up.
That's what it's basically boiled into, a screw up.
Yeah, it was a screw up, but you made it sound classier. 5 of 11 in 3rd down conversions for the Wolfpack. Greer in motion. Magale put down across midfield back at his own 23-yard line. That'll be the 2nd sack of the day of Ave Magale.
And that's the second sack for Hill.
Yep.
Hill came into the game with 9 sacks. He just
Nicely done.
gets around.
Ty Hill. So now we're at 4th down and long. 4th down and 16. From midfield. Stevens in motion with those long looping strides of his. The throw far side. Does he make it or not? Brandon Lambana came over to hit him. Jones was there. Does he make the first down or not? It's going to be short. It is going to be short, I believe, by a half yard. Watch it again.
He just makes the great catch.
He's on this side of the marker.
Yes.
Big time defense. Trayvon Jones. 42-36. And that was a big time stop right there. So Minnesota takes over on downs from their own 10, and they're in no rush whatsoever.
The ruling on the field was the runner was short of the line to gain. Michigan is challenging the spot of a first down. Timeout. Washington is challenging the spot of a first down. Timeout.
Had the wrong opponent there for a moment, but he got it straightened away, and Washington will challenge the spot. And you know what the heck? J.R. Wells can't take these challenges back to Everett with him.
No, he can't.
You might as well try it and see. And they'll take a look at the video. Watch it again.
I think he was contacted by the defender and he hit the wall, which makes him out of bounds.
Right there, where his hand hit. Yeah. That's what it looked like to me. That's what it looked like to me. And here's the call.
The ruling on the field is upheld. The runner was short of the line to gain. Washington will be charged with their second challenge and their second timeout.
Everywhere you look at it, you score the first down. I'll say it again. Give that football back to your monsters.
So they got that squared away. And now Minnesota with the football and a 42-26 lead. It'll be a first down and 10. Javonte Johnson in his 13th game of the year. Hurlburt, the running back, stays in to block. Here's the long throw. Overshoots everybody at the 5-yard line, and it is incomplete. Looking for Keel Greer, who could not come up with anything there.
Going back deep again.
Greer has 9 receptions today for a gain of 37 yards.
Actually, that was Flowers.
Here now the straight drop. Pressure. The throw up the right sideline, incomplete. Javay Flowers, the intended receiver. Byron Edwards covering him. Flowers, 6 receptions today for 68 yards.
And he also had a touchdown recovery on the kickoff on the early in the ball game, which was the 42nd score of the game.
Yep. Inside of 5 minutes remaining. Again with pressure. It's a souvenir in section 107. Getting closer to the witching hour for the Washington Wolfpack. Down 42-26. Javante Johnson. He's had a decent day today. 11 of 23 passing, 1 interception and 132 yards. And there's illegal motion, as every official in gray is pointing out.
Offense, number 11. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Well, everybody moved on that play on offense with the exception of the center.
Yep. Carlos Thompson is the guilty party.
They could have took their pick on that one, who they want to throw that one on.
Yeah. I love those old calls in the old days. Offside, everybody but the, everybody moved but the center or whatever. It'll be 4th down and 15 now. Straight drop, Johnson throws it for all he's worth, and it wasn't worth enough. So Minnesota will turn the ball over on the stop. Be the second stop of the day for the Washington Wolfpack. As we're down to 3.5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. And again, if nothing changes, we'll have Minnesota going to Albany on Saturday, while Michigan will head to Clarksville, Tennessee to meet the Nashville Cats, if nothing changes. But Washington's got the ball. Straight drop, Magalay. He'll throw that one up into the souvenirs stands. It's good to see Andre Hendricks back in the lineup there. Number 47. Remember, he went off limping earlier today. And there's Chai Hill putting pressure on Magalay.
As he's been doing all night.
From the 5, big time running. Freddie Booth Lloyd gets to the 1. So Freddie Booth Lloyd picks up a yard, gets down to the 1-yard line. That is he, number 72. All the while, though, the clock is running.
Yeah, they're going to have to get some urgency here.
Yeah, they can't afford to waste any time. Freddie Booth Lloyd, the fullback. Quarterback keeper doesn't go. Magalay does not go, and everybody saw that. Shiloh Flanagan came up to make a play. A lot of guys made the play, and nobody was fooled on that play.
Looked like he's tried to scoot around the left edge, which I think I would have kind of got him behind the center.
Yeah. Boy, was he stood up.
Oh, wow. I don't think he made it back to the line of scrimmage.
No, Dontorian Best was there. Trayvon Jones was there. And now 4th down. Last legitimate chance for Washington. Quarterback rolls, throws, and it is caught. Touchdown. That was a nice play to Akil Greer. They looked him off and threw it on a thread the needle pass to Akil Greer.
You know, they got somewhat in like a little bunch formation, and the defense just lost Greer.
Yeah.
They kind of lost him, and he just became open right there in the middle of all that congestion that was going on. And
nice play. And obviously now they're going to go for more than 1 point as they trail with 1:03. And there's the whistle to bring us to the 1 minute warning. So there's not a lot of time left.
Thanks to Incline Station Bowling Center for sponsoring tonight's post-game autograph session. Fans are reminded when the game ends, the party is just beginning. Join us after the game for the official Monsters post-game party, sponsored by Pizza Chain. Fans are reminded to celebrate responsibly. Dwarf King Taxi Service reminds everyone to plan ahead and get home safely. We appreciate their commitment to our community.
Welcome back in time for the 2-point conversion. Just sitting here thinking if they score 2 here and just give it to the big guy, give it to Freddie Booth Lloyd, then if they get it back and score and get another 2-point conversion, we're all tied up.
Yep, we're all tied up.
But I would give it to, what would you do? I'd give it to Freddie Booth Lloyd.
I'd give it to Freddie Booth as well.
But they don't. They toss it to Bombana. And he throws an interception. And it's Claude Davis who picked it off and gets taken down at the 10-yard line. Wow.
Yep.
That's the second interception. Big time play for Claude. Interception on the 2-point try.
He's just standing in the right place.
Yeah. And I don't claim to go to every practice, obviously. I'm not J.R. Wells. I am not at every practice. Nor am I at every practice for Darren Clark. So I don't know these teams as well as their head coaches do. But just give the ball to Freddie Booth Lloyd. He's he's as big as a house, and he scores. He's tough to bring down. Interesting call. But again, I'm not JR.
Yeah.
JR's in this position because he's earned it. So I have no right to second guess him, but that's what I would have done.
I think that's what I would have done as well. He's been getting positive yards. You only need 2 yards to be able to get into the end zone, and Freddie Booth has been pretty positive on the carries. So I know it sounds, it may just be, simple, and you think of a 2-point play, you feel like you got to come up with some kind of great design
Sure.
for a 2-point play, but sometimes you get a ball to your players that's very simple and can get it in the end zone.
All right, now the kickoff, and remember that Minnesota will have to get positive yards on their plays or the clock will stop. There's the onside kick. That's not a particularly good one, and it's covered up by Washington after it was touched. It didn't go 10 yards, but it was touched. Let's see did somebody touch it in between?
We had first touching by Washington at the 6-yard line. Minnesota football, first and goal.
There you go.
There it is. Yep.
We saw that. Ball's got to go 10 yards before it's touched. And it was touched by Minnesota right there, by Washington right there.
First touching is under further review.
We'll look at it again. As they go to a review. But again, the ball must go 10 yards before the receiving team, or before the kicking team can touch it.
But if the receiving team touches it and don't...
Yeah, I didn't see it. Let's watch it again.
It looked like Washington got in there and touched it first. Looked like Otis.
Yeah. I don't think Flanagan touched it.
I think Otis Odom kind of touched it first, right?
And of course, all of these reviews and
The ruling on the field is upheld. Washington touched the ball prior to going 10 yards. First down, Minnesota.
these reviews coming inside the final minute are initiated by the officials. The coaches cannot challenge, but nevertheless, it was clearly a good call by the officiating crew. So with a minute to go, 10-point lead for Minnesota. They still have to gain positive yardage. You see one timeout remaining for Washington. There is a flag on the play. Carlos Thompson Jr. on the receiving end of that.
Illegal formation, defense. There is no MAC linebacker. That penalty is declined. Result of the play, touchdown.
Throw the touchdown to Carlos Thompson Jr. And he's right, there was no MAC linebacker. So this one is going to be in the books here. 48-32 with 48 seconds to go. Dancing around, killing time, and throwing it away. Incomplete. Looking for anybody, but couldn't find anyone. Tywan Buckley right there. He's a good player, Tywan is.
He is.
Yeah. From Arkansas Baptist University. I mean, that's Clyde Davis, excuse me. I was thinking of Tywan Buckley, the other number 9. Claude Davis from South Florida. And this one is going to go into the books. So Minnesota will play at Albany
Yes.
next Saturday. And Michigan will go to Nashville next Sunday. Saturday, 4 o'clock Eastern Time, 3 o'clock Central. That's from the MVP Arena in Albany, New York. Then Sunday at 4 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock local time in Clarksville for the Cats home game
Ball went under the
against
ball.
Michigan.
Ball placed at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10, Washington.
Well, when all was said and done today, I think the better team probably won anyway, helped though by the Wolfpack travel issues and the lack of players in the first half.
I agree. I think the better team did win, but the fight in Washington at the beginning of the game being shorthanded,
Yeah.
you know, and I would imagine that took a lot of the win out of the players that had to play multiple positions.
Sure.
And play a lot more minutes than they typically used to playing in the first half.
No doubt about it. Magalay under center. Straight drop. Throws it across the way and it tips up into the seats. He was looking for a Keel Greer. Incomplete. Magalay has done okay for a first-year guy in this league.
He really has.
He really has.
He's done very well and played very good today.
Yep.
Tonight, rather, and you know, just was under duress, you know, early in the ball game, and
He was.
had some pressure. Got a few hits, got beat up a little bit, but he played well.
Straight drop, Magalay. Goodness gracious.
Oh,
That
a
was
low
a
hit
low
on the
hit
QB.
on the QB, yeah.
Oh, that's
Personal
going to be a
foul,
penalty.
Roughing the passer. Defense number 1. 10-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
Sky Hill, guilty. Watch this hit. Yeah. Wrapped him up at the knees. Oliphant. He had himself a good game today. As we wind down the final moments. But now remember, for those of you who are watching in Minnesota, the home season may not be over for the Monsters.
That's correct.
If they win next week, and should both Nashville and Albany lose, the championship game would be right here at Amsoil Arena. So just keep your eyes open as everything continues next week. We might just be back here for the championship game in a few weeks' time. Again, if Albany and Nashville lose, there's a flag as somebody jumped defensively. Ball tipped around, but the play is dead.
And I think it's going to be some great football. We've had some good football here in the playoffs already.
We have.
But next weekend, I just think there's some great matchup.
Offense, high motion man. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
Outside is the offense of Washington. Second and long, we get second and longer.
Got a really good matchup in Nashville and
Yep.
Michigan.
Tickets are available, by the way, at the MVP Arena box office for the semifinal game between Minnesota and Albany. And tickets are available in Clarksville at the F&M Bank Arena and through the usual ticket outlets in the Nashville area. Throw into the end zone, intercepted Minnesota, and they will just lay down and take it done. Delvin Randall picks up the INT. Third interception of the day, and Magale needs help to get to the bench. And boy, it's been that kind of day for him. It really has.
It has. And once again, I guess the best way to block Shy Hill is to be able to wrestle him down to the ground, but you can see Randall picks up his 8th interception of the year and just decide, you know what?
This one's done.
This one's done. Let me go down. I don't deserve another hit.
Yeah. Look at that hit there. Magale limping over to the bench after that hit by Fuentes. You feel for that young man. But he'll have a future in this game, no question about it.
He definitely will.
He's a good one. Final few seconds. And they're getting positive yardage, and hitting the deck is the backup quarterback, Phoenix, as he comes in to run the offense here for the final drive. So this one is in the books. 48-32, the final score. The homestanding Minnesota Monsters get the win over the Washington Wolfpack. For Bobby Humphrey and our spotter Butch Owens and our production assistant Nathan Barron, I'm Eli Gold. Thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you next weekend with the semifinal round of the AF1 Playoffs. Good night, everybody.